Hello, everybody. Mr. Marc here for another edition of Mr. Marc's Mailbag. So glad to be with you as always. There we go. Lots of stuff to get to. Quick programming note as we get started here. We will not be recording a Mr. Marc's Mailbag for the following week. A lot of vacations and stuff like that. And actually, Director Denny's off to one of our great national parks, so I can't wait to hear about her wonderful trip. So that's just a programming note. Don't worry, we stockpile the questions that come in, and maybe we'll get to, we'll maybe do a few extra the following week that when we are back. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get right to it. What do you say? Right? This first one is from Rebecca in the 3rd grade from the great state of California. Dear Mr. Marc, thanks for making adventures. There we go, sorry. Thanks for making adventures. They are so much fun and is my favorite show. Well, that is good. I'm glad that you love Adventure to Fitness. Did you have a favorite show when you were a kid? Well, Rebecca in the 3rd grade from the great state of California. Let me think. I did. I don't know if it was my favorite one, but I really liked, and I don't even know if it's even on anymore. I really liked Scooby-Doo and Bugs Bunny. Yes. They didn't get me moving, though, like Adventure to Fitness does. So we kind of just sat there and watched it and laughed, and that's fine. That's all good. But I wonder if they would have told me to get up and start running in Mega Mode, would I have? Of course I would have. Why? Because I never stopped moving. Next up, here we go. Whoa, this is going to be difficult to read. Look at that. Oh, goodness. Hang on. Let me get the right lighting here. Dear Mr. Marc, I sprained my ankle last week, so I can't play in my baseball game. Have you ever been hurt and can't play? This is from Landon, 4th grade, from Nebraska. I don't remember a mailbag question coming in from Nebraska. But Landon, first of all, get better soon. Hopefully it's not too serious. It stinks you're not going to get to play in your baseball game. I'm going to knock on something. I knocked on the wall just then because I can't remember ever getting injured and not being able to play in one of my games of soccer, baseball, football, or basketball. I think as an adult I was playing, as an adult playing softball. I got hit in the face with the softball. That wasn't too pleasant. And that might have kept me out the next game or might have ended my career. It just might have. So Landon, everybody here at Adventure to Fitness hopes you get better soon and you can start playing baseball again. I'm glad that you're playing that sport. Okay, here we go. Next up, this is Dylan, who's in the 5th grade from Ohio. Awesome. Dear Mr. Marc, I'm running a lot to get ready for soccer. You run a lot in soccer. Oh, yes, you do. You run an awful lot in soccer. That's why it's important that we're drinking lots and lots of water. If you're going 2 or 3 hours, maybe drink your Gatorade and sugary drinks. But if you're just doing about an hour of playing and running around, just keep on drinking water. Stay away from the sugary drinks. Did you run a whole bunch before making your adventures? This is Dylan, 5th grade from the great state of Ohio, and neat little picture there. Since he mentioned soccer, I'm assuming that's a soccer ball, and that's Dylan. Yes, you know what's interesting is that, as you know, I'm moving all the time, so always doing some form of activity, physical activity. And when it came to making our adventures, we knew it was going to be really difficult. And the reason being, and I've told you this numerous times, and I'll keep on letting you know this, is that everything that I'm asking you to do in our adventures, I'm actually doing myself. So we're not, there's no CGI graphics or anything making me run faster or jump or anything. I'm actually jumping and running and everything. So we knew it would be taxing. So I always run, but I ran even more to get my body in even better shape because how long we were filming. Each one takes about, as you know, 10 to 12 hours to film. And that's a lot of running because every scene we're moving. But there are specific exercises I had to do that my body's just not used to. Like when we would do our knee ups, right? Our high knees, maybe we're in the snow or wherever the case was, or just jumping, constantly jumping. In everyday life of when I'm moving, I don't jump around. And I definitely don't do these high knee ups always. And so that got me pretty sore. So I had to train or exercise a little extra on doing those movements. So my body got used to it as we kept on filming episodes, and it got better. Great question. Never been asked that question, Dylan, in the 5th grade from Ohio. So very cool. I like that. Now, as I mentioned last week, Adventure to Fitness is on the overall platform of Adventure to Learning. And this week, I wanted to point out one of our programs that is on there is called Fumpy Facts, which it basically delivers educational children's programming with a real wide and varied subject range. So you could have some really neat facts about Atlantis is one of their topics. And we have an adventure, Atlantis Aqua Adventure. Leif Erikson, which was part of another adventure that we had, which was Icelandic Meltdown. But still, so we had a lot of neat facts about Atlantis or Leif Erikson or Hans Christian Andersen. So a lot of really interesting topics that you could learn some stuff about and get some great facts. And that's on our Adventure to Learning platform, which I encourage everybody out there to check it out. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Mr. Marc's Mailbag. Remember, we're off next week, but we will be back the following week. As always, everybody, have a great week. And most importantly, come on, keep it moving.